Good morning, everyone. It's Carol here from aquahaven747.com. In today's video, I'd like to share a few tips to help you maximize the storage space in your kitchen cabinets if that is what you are using as your pantry because you don't have a walk-in pantry. I use this upper cabinet here, and I've got some drawers, and I do utilize a couple of other cabinets closer to the stove for the oils and vinegars and a few other things. And I have a coffee cupboard that's separate. But anyway, if this is something that interests you, please keep watching and I'll see you at the end. Here is my pantry now. I've just finished reorganizing it a little bit. Organization is never a one and done. You always have to go back and tweak it a little bit as things change because life changes, and food comes and goes, likes and preferences come and go. So I'm just going to get into explaining this very quickly, how I've got it set up. I do have it in zones. I still have my baking goods on the top shelf, and I have my pasta zone here, and here I have rice and lentil zone, and in the back there I've got some breakfast stuff like oatmeal, cornmeal, quinoa, that kind of stuff, but I'm not always reaching for that stuff. So the biggest change from my previous organization is what I have on here. I have managed to find a number of these type of canisters, and I'm always looking for them at the thrift store. I've got a few extra, and eventually I hope to have all my dry goods decanted into those. But I do still have some with the metal lids up there as well. But I decided that I should have the things I most reach for on my little Lazy Susan that I made here with a tray, and that's just a little turntable that actually used to have my mom's TV on it, but it works fine for this. And I like that this has like an edge like this, so it kind of holds the canisters in. I don't have to worry about things falling over if I go like so. Originally I had all nuts in here. I was trying to eat a lot healthier and have no processed food. Well, I'm still trying to do that, but that's impossible to have nothing that's overly processed in this day and age. It's very, very hard to do. But most of my food is like from scratch or as unprocessed as possible. So so all I've got down here now, I've got the pumpkin seeds, and I still have some figs and dates. I brought my crackers here so I could actually reach them when I want to have some cheese and crackers. And I have regular crackers, and I also have the gluten-free in the center there. And I thought I should probably have the brown sugar up front too. I use that for some cooking. And also I have a new little thing of honey, so I thought, well, I'll put that there as well. So I can put that in my tea if I want. Now, a lot of the nuts I realize I only use for baking, so I moved those up to the baking shelf. And behind there, there's some more of the original canisters that I had on here up there, because that's all back stock baking stuff behind there. So that leads me to another point. I have things decanted in the front that I can access easily to use, and in the baskets I have back stock stuff. And the same down here. I do have some back stock maple syrup and honey back there. Now, one of my favorite little organizing hacks is to use a tray, like a drawer. If you don't have a drawer, it's hard to access stuff in the back, especially when you've got a deep cabinet. And so this basically has things that I might want to put in a shake or a salad. Now there's almond slivers back there. Might even want to use those in baking. I don't do a lot of baking with that, but I do like them in salads. So that's what this stuff is here for, and it's nice and handy. Again, I still have some of these metal lid canisters, and I am still looking for more of these. I could decant a couple, but I figure I might as well just wait until I have all of them the same. Also notice here that I've used this shelf riser thing, so I can utilize the vertical space on this shelf. So also on this shelf here, you'll notice there's quite a bit of empty space here. Now, yes, I do need to have space to pull this out and put it back in, but there's also all this space here. So if I come home from shopping and I am too tired to put things away properly, and let's be real, this happens. Sometimes you just want to like shove things in cupboards and shut the door and go to bed. So it's always good to have some empty space available. You know, I mean, it doesn't always stay like that, but give yourself some grace, allow some extra room for temporary things before you put them away properly. So here are the drawers that I use as pantry drawers. You may have seen them in my more recent updated IKEA kitchen video. So you know I've got all my cooking spices here, alphabetized. I did put new labels on them here. I'm not really liking them. They don't stand out as well as some of the other ones do. So I'll probably end up changing them again at some point. But this system is really working for me, and I love that everything is right there and handy at the top. And in the second drawer here, I still have all my canned goods. And I really like having the cans in a drawer. Very easy to get to. And you may think, well, you can't really tell what they are on the top, or maybe you can, but it doesn't take much to just pick up a can and say, hey, oh, that's chickpeas. You know, it's not like I'm going to be, rummaging around and making a big mess in there. Very easy to see. And you can also see what the expiry dates are on the top too. So I like to go through them periodically and like every couple of months and see if something's coming close to being expired or whatever. Not that it necessarily goes bad the instant it says it's best before date. That's a whole other issue. Anyway, and finally, down here on the bottom shelf, I have my onions here and potatoes there, and garlic over here as well. But I got these stacking bins, wire stacking baskets at a dollar store, and then I found this other little basket with a liner that it just fits perfectly on top of that, and I'm also able to shut it even though I put this extra hidden drawer in here. As I mentioned in my previous video, this is where I keep the back stock spices and things. So when the little jars get empty, I restock them. And this is an IKEA cabinet. I probably mentioned that a few times, but these inserts are made to fit specifically. They've got a bit of an angle on the edges, and I was able to find a couple of these at a thrift store, so I lucked out on that. It was a lot cheaper to get it that way. But yeah, so that keeps everything nice and organized there. And I have some empty space right now, so I can, when I get some back stock of coffee and pickles and condiments, whatever, I just put them in there. Here is what I call my coffee cupboard, but it's actually coffee and tea. I have my coffee maker right below there. I really like this idea here. There's a little basket on like some adhesive hooks. They're not command hooks. That's just a cheap brand I found at a dollar store. But this is, you know, really good for holding the filters in there. I've got decaf and regular coffee there, and I've got cocoa and another thing in the back. This thing here has all my tea bags, and there's also a few extra tea bags in that little thing out there that says English tea, although that's not what's in there anymore. I think it's like just some extra orange pico in there. And of course I have my mugs here. And again, you can see that I've used shelf risers to utilize the vertical space. On the top shelf there, where I do not have to access on a regular basis, are my coffee grinder. Now, I don't usually get the beans, but I have done. And that was Mom and Dad's coffee grinder, so I remember them doing that way back when I was very young. And behind there is a tea diffuser. And of course, if I have extra coffee, when it goes on sale, I'll put it up there until I need it. In this little cabinet beside the stove, I have my oils and vinegars, and they are also on a little turntable. And I was lucky that I found that. It just fits in there perfectly. So that's good. And of course, salt, pepper. This is the salad dressing bottle. So I can mix up my own salad dressing when I'm having a salad. And here I have some ghee, coconut oil, extra sea salt behind there. Vitamins, of course, and my two little recipe books that I access on a regular basis. I have to stand on a ladder to get the ones up there, but I don't access those ones as much. Now this cabinet over the fridge holds my back stock. I don't have a lot of back stock at the moment. I've got a new bag of flour there, some crackers, and some keto clusters. And in that little basket there, I've got some extra baking stuff, like I think it's raisins, I'm not sure exactly. And of course, got all my dog food and treats, extra dog food and treats up here in that. And then you can see my nice little collection of canisters that I'm not currently using. Well, that's all I have for you today. If you found this video helpful, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already, I would love to have you subscribe. And I will see you in the next one.